I'm wearing pajama bottoms on Comic Book Canon. Why can't you see me move? Oh, goodness gracious. This is a problem. Listen, guys. That is a wonderful face right there of me. I am frozen, obviously. You can't tell how happy I am that you guys are all here. But, Chris, how are you doing?
Yo! I'm rocking out to some music right now.
I dig it. I really, really do like it. I swear, I'm bobbing my head to it. But right now, you can't tell if I'm doing anything because I'm
can't. And you know, your mean mug frozen face really ruined the intro because you're supposed to bring me in, and I was just supposed to be gigging out to some Morbius music, which is very relevant because we have a special guest tonight.
Yeah, we do. I'm super psyched about this guest. Hopefully this problem kind of fixes itself. But let's give it a shot here, Chris. Chris, why don't you just tell us what everybody's got going on here, and I'm gonna try and fix this real quick.
Yep. So let's see who's hanging out already. Oh, some beautiful people. Nikita, Raw Dog Comics in the house. Peter's here. Jordan's here. We got Mark. Alcohol is a depressant. All right, Mark's here. Serge is here, coming over from the Journos Friday Night Live. Miguel.
There we go! I'm here!
Right.
I'm here! I'm psyched! Friday Night Comic Book Canon! What's happening, everybody?
Super Rad's here. Tommy's here.
We got Morbius Comics tonight. I'm super psyched about this guest. He's East Coast through and through. He's got a little hip-hop in him, which he's going to explain himself. But he knows his comics. He's got a great channel. And by the way, he's at 250 right now. Link is below. If he doesn't hit 265 by the end of Comic Book Canon, this is the last Comic Book Canon show ever.
Yep.
Ever.
I'm going to be monitoring it too.
Yeah, we will be monitoring it too. That's not a threat. It's a promise. So here we go, though. Chris, it's just a really funky start to the show because I was frozen. I know you're mad at me. You had your open ready, and I just ruined it completely. You may never forgive me. We may never get over this, so it may actually be the last Comic Book Canon of all time. But, guys, a little thing happened earlier in the week. We're going to get into the news right now, Chris. What happened again? It was some
I don't know. Had to do with some guy that shoots webs out of his hands or something like that.
Something like that.
Ever since I got bit by that spider, I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal. That was when you found out.
When you botched that spell where you wanted everyone to forget that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, we started getting some visitors. From every universe.
Hello, Peter. You're not Peter Parker.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
There are others out there. We need to send them back. So, Scooby-Doo this crap.
You know, all this is kind of your mess. I know a couple of magic words myself, starting with the word please.
Please, Scooby-Doo this crap.
You're flying out into the darkness to fight ghosts.
What do you mean?
They all die fighting Spider-Man. It's their fate. I'm sorry, kid.
Yeah, me too.
Don't.
Look, there has to be another way.
There isn't. They're a danger to our universe.
You're not gonna take this away from me.
Peter, you're struggling to have everything you want while the world tries to make you choose.
It's all my fault. I can't save everyone.
What's happening?
They're starting to come through, and I can't stop them.
December 17th, exclusively in movie theaters. Tickets on sale November 29th. Spider Monday.
I mean, here's the deal, Chris. If you recall the first trailer that was released, my reaction, I was just like, meh. I don't know why. You and I are the biggest Spider-Man fans I know. This one absolutely blew me away. It was absolutely outstanding, and I loved everything about it. Chris, your thoughts?
I agree. I was chatting with you earlier this week. I just, a part of me didn't even want to watch it just because I was like, I want to see it in the movie, but I could not watch it. And I was saying, like, I would have totally, like, paid the price of a movie ticket just to go see this trailer.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Absolutely. 100. Like, a lot of people are out, you know, they're not having the actors come back. They are having the actors come back. You definitely heard William Dafoe. You saw Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus. You saw Jamie Foxx. The Lizard, probably. I don't know if if we're gonna see Dr. Connors or not.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Who am I missing? I don't know. Sandman. Yeah. Thomas Hayden Church?
There you go. Yeah.
I think he's coming back as well. So this is incredible what they've done. Again, they just always continue to take it up a notch. And from a production standpoint, coordinating all of these huge actors' schedules to make this happen, I am psyched. You all should be as well. I'm just super psyched. Super psyched. They also released a new poster, which I'm kind of liking right there.
Yep.
See Green Goblin in the back right. Obviously, Dr. Octopus's front. Doc Ock. His tentacles are front and center. I think you see a little bit of electric Electro, and maybe Sandman's around there somewhere. I don't know. Guys, super excited. It's just, by the way, too, check it out online if you haven't already. There's a lot of people that took that scene where you see the Lizard, Electro, and Sandman kind of jumping in the air on the wide shot. Lizard gets punched by the air. So a lot of people are speculating that's the big three of Toby, Andrew, and Tom Holland.
They're looking for anything. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, what's that?
The people are looking for anything at this point.
No, you have you? We haven't even talked about it. Have you seen what it looks like? The Lizard?
I've seen that. Yeah.
It's literally, he's getting punched in the face. And Marvel's so good at doing this with their trailers, hiding certain things. So again, I'm super excited about this. I hope you all are too. It's going to be a lot of fun. At Nerds Being Geeks, I'm drinking a Guinness tonight. I know you've probably asked in the chat. I haven't caught up. Just letting you know. All right, but moving on. That's not the only news we had this week, but it was the biggest news. It's all downhill from here. Actually, not really, because all the fanboys have been wanting this. Sabine Wren has been cast in the Ahsoka series. That is right. Fanboys, rejoice. Deadline reports. Natasha Liu Bordizzo from the Society has been cast as Sabine Wren, a lead opposite Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka Tano. Will we have Ezra Bridger next? I don't know. We can only hope, because those Kanan, the last Padawans, haven't cooled off, especially with Ahsoka naming Thrawn and the Mandalorian. Get those if you can find them. Chris, this is great news, and I like what they say here. She's been cast as a lead opposite of Ahsoka. You know what that means. I mean, she's the lead. She's a co-lead with Ahsoka, so she's going to have a major part. And how integral she was to Rebels, it's just... It's a no-brainer to have Ezra Bridger coming next, as well as, obviously, Thrawn is probably going to be the main guy.
Yeah, I'll take your advice or opinion on this, because I am still way behind on all my animated, Star Wars series.
So good.
Yeah, I mean, I finally pushed through I think just the first season. I don't know if I finished the second season yet with Clone Wars, but I know it's shame on me.
My boy Adrian Tedesco is excited to see it as well. Adrian, have you caught up on Rebels? Let me know. And I guess my mic is sounding horrible. That's great, because it's a really expensive one, so no big deal. But we'll all get through it together, won't we? Yes, we will. All right, moving on, Chris. We've got some more MCU news here. Two news pieces that kind of tie together. What do you got?
Yeah, we got a lot going on with some MCU projects. First one, Michael Keaton stating he will return as the Vulture. Obviously, we've seen him in the trailer for Morbius, so there's that going on. But he is also went on record recently on the Jimmy Kimmel Show stating that he is confirming that he's currently filming for an MCU project, of course, as the Vulture. Keaton didn't reveal any details of the projects, leaving us all guessing what this may be. Big question mark. We know he popped up in the trailer for Morbius. Okay, I don't think that's what he's talking about. That's been filmed. It's really a Sony project, even though we know they're crossing over right now. But I don't think a lot of people are guessing this could be, something for No Way Home. But with everything that we already see going on with the trailers, with the film coming out in less than a month, I'm gonna say no. Yeah, there's no way that that's gonna happen, in my humble opinion. This is what I'm thinking it could possibly be. I'm looking at, well, we got to look at the upcoming projects. If they're filming scenes right now, what are we seeing come out over the net, 2022, maybe even 2023? Because anything after that, you would assume that they're not even starting production for at this point. I'm looking at possible Disney Plus shows. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, let me know if my mic's sounding better. I went to the
much better.
Okay, thank you guys for your patience. I apologize for that. We'll suss that out another time. I'm thinking, here's the deal. There's no way Michael Keaton is going to be in No Way Home for these shoots he's doing now, unless it's some sort of end credit scene, which they did do with the first Avengers with the shawarma. Chris, I can't even tell. I don't know, man. I don't even know where to begin with how he's going to be involved, but I'm just happy he is, because I thought that his Adrian Toomes was terrifying. And I would love to see him come back in that role, which we will in Morbius for sure. We saw him in the trailer, unless they're throwing us for some crazy loop. But anyways, I'm excited about that. And all y'all should be as well. Yeah. Chris, you have another kind of MCU return as well. This one's interesting.
Yeah, this one is very interesting. And you guys, if you've seen this in the news, you may see the headlines because it's stating Scarlett Johansson returning to the MCU. It's official. Well, hold your horses, guys. Hold your horses. After a turbulent year between Disney and Scarlett Johansson that ultimately resulted in a settlement between the two, Kevin Feige himself has confirmed that Johansson will be returning to the MCU, but the manner in which she returns might be surprising, as it might only be from behind the cameras. I'm sorry, guys. I know I got you probably excited there for a minute. Feige had this to say to the Hollywood Reporter, quote, "We are already working with Scarlett on another non-Black Widow-related top-secret Marvel Studios project with her as a producer. Scarlett is one of the most talented, versatile, and beloved actors of our time. It has truly been a pleasure to work with someone of her caliber, from those epic training sessions preparing for the hallway fight in Iron Man 2 to the around-the-world press tour in Avengers Endgame, to partnering with you as a producer on Black Widow. Working with you, Scarlett, has truly been one of the most memorable and rewarding collaborations of my career." So we know that Feige is all on board with supporting Scarlett. He went to bat with her over this, Disney nonsense. I did too, personally, if you guys want to know my humble opinion.
She was happy you did that too, by the way.
Yeah, she was. So, look, I don't know, maybe this could be a Yelena Belova project, because she, even though it's, he's saying it's not Black Widow tied, so we don't know if they're going to call Yelena the new Black Widow or whatever, but, it might be just allowing her input as a producer to come in and really give that creative peace of mind from her perspective for playing this role that's at least going to relate to this part of the MCU moving forward. I don't know, but look, as much as I'd be so happy to see her in front of the cameras, I think this is still very cool.
I think it's great, especially with all the nonsense that happened before, just the absolute disrespect. And I'm not talking about the money. I'm talking about the way they handled it in the press. That was disrespectful. This lady helped raise the MCU, okay? She was one of the early ones, and that is just absolutely disrespectful. I'm glad it all worked out. I'm sure there are still hurt feelings. because again, just the way the CEO reacted, I was just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, this is good news. She knows the MCU just as well as everybody because she's been there. She knows the inside outs in terms of the production, how everything works, and I think she's a creative voice that's going to help push things forward. So glad to see that this happens. You know what else I'm glad to see, Chris? You know what else I'm glad to see? I am glad to see that Hawkeye comes out next week. That is right. November 24th, people. We have 2 episodes on November 24th premiering, and then I guess 4 episodes after that, 1 a week. So that's good stuff. This series looks fantastic. I'm super psyched about this. Yeah. So that there ends the news. Before we get into anything further, we got to say hi to people like Mark Leneker, Dan De La Torre, Comic, Toby, Matt Stadge, Serge Henderson, TS. Evening to you as well. Raw Dog Comics, thank you for letting me know my mic is better. I have to get this fixed, guys. This is 2 weeks in a row. I'm really pissed. Norton Rad 82, hello. Battle 66 Delta. What's happening? Nerds being geeks. Azores Tiger is on fire. Is that good? Ismael Montoya. Who else? Adrian, my buddy, my good friend. Comic Toby. I said hello to you before. Paul Morris, Nikita Kare. A lot of good people here, guys. And Desired Comics. What is happening? Here's the deal, guys. We're about to move on to our interview with our guest co-host, but Chris and I have an announcement to make. His link is down below, Morbius Comics. Yep. I'm going to do a proper introduction after this, but guys, this could be the last Comic Book Canon episode ever if you guys don't sub him up and if he doesn't reach 265 subs by the end of Comic Book Canon. Chris, can you reiterate what I just said? Can you just emphasize how important this is to us, the two of us?
This could be the last night that we hang out together on Comic Book Canon. Not only are we not going to be here, I mean, we're taking down the YouTube. We're, no past shows, no video uploads. We are taking it.
Yeah.
Done. 265.
Make it happen, people. Make it happen or else it's done. So with that being said, our next guest describes himself as a hip-hop head from the Bronx, collecting comics since '85. But he's also just kicked off his own show called Comic Relief. Dude knows his hip-hop, he knows his comics, and he is just an all-around talented guy putting out great content. Everybody, y'all need to welcome Morbius Comics!
What up? Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Man,
absolutely.
It's awesome, man.
Just want to get your thoughts that this could be you could be the last guest on Comic Book Canon.
Hey, it is what it is, man. You heard the band. You heard them both. Y'all better get to it. Come on now. You know your boy need them subs.
It's on the audience, guys.
If I don't reach, what we said, 265, right? If I don't hit 265, they're gone. That's it. Yeah. The YouTube channel is going down. Everything is getting shut down.
Yeah.
No, these guys, they whole, everything they live for is gone.
Yeah, it'll be your fault.
It's on you. It's your hands. All right, pilot. It's on y'all. Okay.
I'm glad you took another angle. Like it hurt our feelings too. You're right. I don't know what I'm doing on Friday night. Shoot. Okay. Well, here we go. Listen. So, we do these guest co-host interviews before we get into it. We want to know you as a person, but sometimes it's just not a good fit. So this interview is actually an interview for you becoming a guest co-host on Comic Book Canon. So if you answer some things wrong, we will kick you off. I'm just letting you know. There's no pressure.
No. Oh, that's cool.
Those are the stakes, and because we have quality. We have a quality. We have standards. We'd like to keep with those standards.
That's all good. No problem. Okay. We could do that.
We're gonna throw you some softballs to start off, and Chris is gonna kick it off.
What's up,
man? You got to give it to me. I see what you're doing. All right, man, Morbius. So first off, man, Jeff ruined the intro because I was slapping your music hard on the intro there.
I did.
But yeah, so as many know in the chat, is a fellow musician, hip hop artist. I absolutely appreciate having another artist on the show tonight. So I'm gonna start off with some hip hop questions.
All right.
Right. And this little segment is going to be called How Bronx Are You?
Ooh, okay.
All right, are you ready for this?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, first one up. We're putting two rappers against each other here. Slick Rick or Nas?
Oh man. So you want me to pick who I think is?
Yep. Just who do you got? Who do you got between the two?
That's kind of hard because damn.
It is hard.
That's hard, man.
This is a softball. This is our softball section too.
There's so much going on there. You got two big genres at two different times of the height of their career, you know, and two, you know, influential people in the culture, you know. So it's kind of hard, man. But I'm gonna go with what I was listening to because I did hear, you know what I mean. Of course, Slick Rick growing up, but I was young, you know what I mean. I was 10, 11, 12 years old. But then when I was in my teens, you know, that's when Nas came. You know, that's why I was in the car, blazing out, smoke, you know, bumping the whole CD. You know, so I'm gonna have to go with Nas, man.
All right, man. Look, I'm with you on that. But here's the thing, just so the audience know. Now, you're from the Bronx. Slick Rick is from the Bronx, and Nas is from Queens.
Of course, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that wasn't the question, though.
No, I know, and I know that. I know.
That's why I was clear. That's why I asked you, asking me, because if it's from where, obviously,
exactly,
Queens is, you know, Nas. Come on, y'all.
Exactly, and we're just having fun with it.
Well, here's the deal, though. You guys.
That's why I made sure I came correct, son.
Yeah. You guys are I mean, I love hip hop. You guys perform hip hop. I play different types of music, but I love hip hop, and I can't agree with Slick Rick. Nas. I would have to go Slick Rick, Chris. Right. I mean, we're gonna keep him on. The way you explained, just so you know how to answer the upcoming question, the way you explained it is it made sense. So I'm just letting you know. I had a problem with it, but it made sense.
Let's go.
All right. We got another one. This is another tough one. You guys may have seen this. Anybody that checked out one of those recent verses, KRS-One or Big Daddy Kane?
Nah, man. Of course, you know it's gonna be KRS. You know what I mean?
All right.
I've always been. I'm gonna tell y'all a little quick thing then, man. Back in the Bronx, you know, by right there, 161st Street. That's where I grew up at. Right up the block from Yankee Stadium. Across the street is a big ass park. Right across the street from the courthouse. So they used to always have the Jamaican little festivals, and they would be throwing the party down the block, you know, across the street from Yankee Stadium. And of course, KRS was performing. So we're coming through. They're rolling up an L in the park, sitting in the park. Me and my brothers walking by. My brother's like, "Oh, yo, that's KRS-One." You know what I mean? We was like, "Yo, KRS." We went up to him, gave him some dat. He was like, "What that shorty? What that shorty?" You know what I mean? And we just kept walking while he was just like rolling up. We were just like, "Oh shit." So that's my story right there on KRS. At least I got to meet him when I was a little ass kid in the park rolling up.
Yep.
BBP. Boogie down.
Yeah, so, and then again, this is for audience context. So KRS-One is from the Bronx.
Yes, sir.
Big Daddy Kane from Brooklyn. So,
this would have been a hard one for me, honestly. This would have been very difficult, especially the Juice soundtrack with Big Daddy Kane. I can't remember that track. Outstanding, man.
And freestyles, you know, were crazy. So
yeah.
Okay, well said. Hey, by the way, before we get to the next question, this doesn't count. Morbius, this doesn't count, but Matt Stadge is asking you a question. Well,
what's in the glass? Yeah. Sipping on that Hennessy VSOP. You already know.
Yeah.
All right,
that's what's up, man. Yeah. Okay. So we're 1-1 when it comes to Bronx, but remember, guys, audience, that's not the name of the name of a game here. But
y'all flipped that first one.
I would have went with KRS too, and real humbling story for me too. 10 years ago, I actually got to rock with KRS-One. So that was truly an honor, man. And I'll tell you, man, this guy, one of the, if not the greatest live performances I've ever seen. He is he possesses your soul.
He's incredible.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Next one's up. Noriega or Big Pun?
Oh, come on. You already know. Actually, I was in a cipher with my homie Pun. You know, I actually was in 7th grade with Cuban Links. You know, we went in the same classroom. And then we ran into each other when we were 18. And that's when he really started. That's when they were doing that horrorcore. You know what I mean? They were on some horrorcore shit. You know, that some other dude. I remember the dude that he was in the cipher. He just had a bald head with like one braid just coming down the center of his head. You know what I mean? And he was on some like gory horrorcore shit. And then pun, that's the verse that pun when he said, you know, shoot the moon, you know, and all, you know, I heard that verse in front of me, you know, and then I spit my verse, Cuban spit his, and then we went our way. You know, it was like dab, dab, dab. You know, that was dope. That was dope. And everybody separated, you know what I mean? But definitely, you know, we got to go with pun. All right. That's BX all day.
Yep. Bronx all day, folks. And for those that don't know, Nori is from Queens.
But Nori did live in the Bronx.
Okay.
He actually lived on 158th Street on Walton Ave. Nice. That's why, we ran into Nori. He was that was right across from Yankee Stadium. Also, that's the other side, Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody agrees with Pond, Big Pond, by the way. So just want to let you know. And I also want to let you're halfway through this interview. You're doing pretty well, actually. I'm surprised. I thought I'd be kicking you off.
No, that's not gonna happen.
It's getting a little tough here. It's getting a little tough.
Let's go.
Chris, let's ask the one. I'm highlighting it there, and then I'll get the last two.
Okay, yeah, and then but I'm gonna have one more that I'm gonna throw in. Jeff, you don't even know. This is gonna be. I'm gonna save this for last. If he even makes it to this one, I'm gonna ask him one. And this.
Okay, okay, I got it. Okay, see, we
first off,
off the cuff.
So go ahead, Jeff.
By the way, I just want to say C to the G. Anything is possible.
Oh yeah. All right, man. All right, Morbius. So we're assuming you are a Yankees fan.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna say I'm gonna put it out there. I'm a Yankees fan, but I'm not like on. I can't tell you stats. I can't tell you averages. I don't know. You know, I'm a Yankee fan by birth. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to the games. I'm not a sports guy. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
I'm not a big.
No, but this is all good. This is fair.
Yeah.
I don't know sport related stuff.
All right.
We won't be getting into that.
Yeah, but still just fun question. And we're not gonna. I don't think this is gonna be one that'll get you kicked off. But do you have a greatest Yankee? Anyone that you think is the greatest Yankee?
Well, the greatest Yankee, because it's like, you know, you grew up with it. You know, everybody. You know, Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Babe Ruth actually lived in the building that my parents moved to.
What?
In the 70s. Yep. He was there when he played. And that because it was so close to it was close proximity. Wow. I lived clearly 2 blocks away from Yankee Stadium. I mean, 2 long blocks, you know, Bronx, New York blocks. But you know what I mean? And also it was in front of the park. So the block went as long as the park that was in front of it. So that's why it was extremely long. But it was really 2 blocks in one. You know, and so he lived there for a time being. He was actually there when he played for like the first few seasons. Then actually, you know, he started making more money, moved uptown. You know how it is, you know. But he lived in our building for a little when he first started. That's 1005 Walton Avenue. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. We actually don't know how it is. We're not the best ball player of our times, but anyway.
I would have to go Babe Ruth, you know, because
I mean, you can't go wrong there. All right.
Yep.
Chris, I'm going to ask this next one.
Let's go.
Because it sounds like he has intimate knowledge of this. Old Yankee Stadium or new Yankee Stadium?
Old, man. Old. I'm old. I'm sorry. I went to 78 games in the old Yankee Stadium. You know what I mean? I got so many little Yankee bats, the little mini bats. I got all flavors of them. You know what I mean? I got the big bats. I got so much.
There was no right answer because
you just need it.
I can't stand New York teams. I'm all Philly, guys. I'm all Philly. I can't stand New York teams. I'm mean?
You're such a mean guy.
How long we been doing this for, Chris? We got to be honest with ourselves.
Yes, you set him up. You said, let's have the guy from New York come on the show. And you were all for it. And you did this on purpose because you're just mad that he's from New York.
You know me too well. All right, fair. Let's bring him back. Sorry about that, Morbius.
I'll let that slide. You know why? You don't know no better.
Well played. All right, I got one more question, and Chris has one more question here. So, best city out of the 3: New York, Philly, or DC? Be honest.
Philly. Why you gotta put Philly in there though?
You're answering my question with the question. Just answer the question.
Oh God. You know what I'm gonna say.
I don't know what you're gonna say.
And why, baby?
Yeah, no, we can't keep going. We can't.
Dude, you're right. What is
You're saying I did. You're saying I did it again. You're saying I did it again. Philly's the best city. Do you realize Philly was the nation's capital for a while?
Look, man. I'm on the other coast. I'm staying out of this.
Fine. All right. You have a good one. All right. Fine. Final question.
I'm about to put it on. you cut me off one more fucking time, bro.
He's got the.
He got two. I didn't even know you could get two. That's amazing. Oh my god. All right, Chris. Final question. What is it?
All right, man.
Let's go.
I know Jeff's been a bit of an ass tonight. You know, he's just mad.
That's all right. That's all right. Listen, I'm used to assholes, man. Trust me. I'm a good cop myself. Trust me. I'm a quality fucking asshole. Trust me. I'm just being reserved right now. It's first time on the show. I don't want to scare your fans away. You know. Believe me, I could play ball with the best of them. Let's go.
All right, I'm usually good at playing the good cop here, right? But
let's do it.
I'm gonna put you to it, man. Top five, living or dead.
Wow, top five. You know, it changed with time.
Okay.
Changed with time. It did change with
That's
time.
fair.
You know, because you start looking at legends and then you look at some legends and legends like, you know, they got like 2 albums, you know, 3, and then you have other people who got 15, you know, 18 in the game for many years. So I gotta go my number one. I'll start with number one. You know, it's KRS-One. You know, that's my number one right there. I always put him on top. You know, number 2, I gotta say Big Daddy Kane. You know, number 3, I gotta say Rakim. You know, number 4, number 4 and 5, man, is.
I'm liking these, by the way. These are you're redeeming yourself.
This is hard. Number 4 and 5 is hard because I also want to include like artists like, you know, Jungle Brothers, De La Soul, you know, Public Enemy, you know, which was very big influence for me as well. But you know what? I'll put Public Enemy as number 4, you know, because they were influential to me in the beginning when I started listening to hip hop. Terminator X, you know, that song, and on that album, you know, Fear the Black Planet, that was a big, you know, influence on me. You know, I played that shit all day in my mom's kitchen, her little, you know, cassette tape, and I'm just there rocking that shit all day. So I'm going to say Public Enemy 4, and then number 5, I guess, you know, I'm gonna, there's just so many, never really thought about it like that. You know what? It's hard. I want to say LL, you know what I'm saying? Because the work, but then again, it's like, I think I'm going to have to go with, you know what? Let's make it a group, man. Let's make it a group. I've been picking a lot of solo besides PE. Let's do another group. Let's go with me and my brother, Saga Knights.
All right, I'm gonna go, Chris. Good night, guys. This is a great show.
You know, I told him too, Jeff. I told him, man, like I'm always playing good cop, but my heart is broken. My heart is broken right now.
I know. And honestly, he didn't even say Trod.
Well, I know that's your thing. You've already been an asshole all night long, though. So
listen, I'll tell you what, though. Here's the deal. He's been a real one. He's not. I feel like we've had some guest co-hosts. No offense to you guys if you're watching the chat. I feel like we've had some that have kind of catered to us.
Yep.
Morbius has come real, right?
Yes.
Real as real can be, and that's East Coast, and I respect East Coast.
I gotta have. I think here's the thing, Jeff. As much as I'm heartbroken right now, I think I just gotta. I gotta kind of have a conversation with them real quick.
All right. That's fair.
Let them how I feel.
This is the last straw.
Yeah.
This is the last straw. By the way, no, Dan, you were kicked. No, we really tried to have you off the show for real. But anyways, I'm just kidding. All right. This is the last Morbius.
All right. I look, man. I've been willing to face the double Infinity Gauntlet just because of how hurt I am right now. But I'm sitting here, Morbius, man. I mean, like you know, we have such a natural bond on this music tip.
Yeah.
But I like what Tupac means to me, man,
Mhm,
it hurts so much.
Yeah,
So
man.
let me ask you this.
Right.
What's your feelings on Tupac?
Well, Tupac, played his position. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. Tupac is somebody who, of course, I love as an artist, as what he brought to the table, what he brought to the culture. And he was very I'm gonna say honest with his mission.
Yep.
He was honest with his mission in the sense that he knew what his worth was, and he knew what he could do with his name. He knew what the power he had with his words. So he decided to do better. Of course, in the beginning, you got the thug life or whatever, but he always had that underlying care for the people. He always had that love for the people, so you have to admire that, and you got to commend the person, tip the hat, because he could have gone any other way, but he made a lot of dope songs that made people think. You know what I mean? And that's important when you make people think. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he did that, but at the end of the day, there's the part you might not like, and put your finger on the, on the remove tab. Yeah. He played his, like I said, he played his position. You know what I mean? And he knew what he was doing. We all know he was in thug life, you know what I mean? In reality. But he wasn't really he was really not being so genuine in himself that he knew that, but he knew that the fact that if he could sell it good, you know what I mean, he could get his message across, But
I'm gonna jump in right here. I'm gonna disagree with you on two things. One, thug life is an acronym that means the hate you gave little infants fucks everyone. So to him, thug life was on some other shit.
Right.
And secondly, and being around the people, especially out on the West Coast, when he came out here and got into the game, Tupac literally died for that shit. And I'm not just talking about the gang banging shit, but that real thug life shit. I'm not saying it was smart. I'm not making excuses for him, but I will always argue the fact that people think, this idea of like studio gangster.
No, he was not a studio gangster. But he fed into something that he really didn't. He went about it pretty much what he was trying to accomplish. He could have done if he actually didn't let that influence him. Because what I'm trying to say was he wasn't born into that. You know what I'm saying? He became that.
Well, he was born into the real gangster shit, which was that Black Panther shit.
Right, that whole exactly.
But there's a fine line. There is that fine line, I think, where we probably agree here. And people forget how young he was, right? But he was still so advanced. But I was having this conversation with my son the other day about that fine line about the decisions to sign with Death Row and who he put himself around and all those things. So there's a lot to be said there, man. And I'll say this, Jeff, and I'll bring you in on this because I know we're not here to talk about music all night long.
Well, the three of us are musicians, so
yeah. But here's the thing. Here's what I love, Morbius. Your top 5 was such a raw, real top 5.
Yeah, my top 5, my number 5 was not, that's not my real 5. I know that shit just was gonna annoy you.
I mean all of them. Like, you were influenced by individuals, and it's so tough to even pick just 5. Like my top 5 is KRS, Rakim, Pop, Andre, and then the 5th one I can sprinkle in a few there. It's really tough.
Right, it's tough.
So I'm glad that you represented how you represented. I appreciate the insight that you gave on Tupac, because I will say this, Jeff, if anyone comes in here throwing some nasty salt,
I know you will. I know.
Then it's on.
I respect it. I respect it. Listen.
And funny thing with me, I'm Oakland born and Bay Area raised all day, but all of my folks that I came up with are from the East Coast. It's really crazy. So I got mad love for all you guys on that side, man. And I am glad to have you here tonight, man.
Yeah,
listen,
I'm happy to be here, bro.
You're a real one. We got to move forward with you. Yep. Congratulations. You are now a guest co-host on Comic Book Canon. We We may be sending you one of those varsity jackets if we ever make them, which we probably won't. But you're entitled to one. That being said, though, guys, we still see the problem. This could be the last comic book canon of all time ever, and everything's good. We're at 259, guys. We're at 259. We need 6 more subscribers on Morbius' channel. Link is down below. Make it happen. But, guys, we are moving on to the next segment because Morbius has some first of all, he has to be out of here by 10:30 Eastern time. He's got to be in the studio or something crazy like that. I don't understand. But he has a responsibility as a guest co-host of Comic Book Canon. He is going to pick a winner from this next segment. And we do this segment once or twice. Actually, every time, Chris. I'm not messing around. What is it, Chris? What is it?
Man, fresh from the comic shop.
Live from the pressing salon. That is right. Each and every week, you all get new, fresh gets, and you show them off on the Instagram to us. And then we show them off on the Comic Book Canon. We love it. You love it. You guys can win prizes. Whatnot is not sponsoring us anymore. We are very appreciative for the 6 months that we had that sponsorship. So we're figuring out a new gift or a new, not a gift, a new prize. But we still have the same format. We have the semifinals led by the finals. And tonight we're going to pick another semifinalist to go up against Nerds Being Geeks. That's right. So, Chris, I'm just going to have you just you did the rules way better than I do. So just give the rules. What do we got? What do we got?
You're throwing it all to me?
Yeah, I don't feel like doing it.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest. I was reading a comment about Tupac, so.
All good. You know what? I'm going to do it.
I was distracted there. All right, guys, rules. Comic books, guys.
Come on now.
What you need to do, you need to have your little Instagram account, right? You can't do it without an Insty. So, get on the IG, handle business. Post your pictures of your fresh gets, folks. Post them. Hashtag FFTCS and at us at Comic Book Canon. All right. What you want your books and pictures to be. Criteria. You want your book to be unique. You want it to maybe have a story behind it. You want your picture to be a very well set up presentation. We just don't want to see a picture of a book thrown on a table with no lighting and we can't even see what it is, right? You got to put some artistry into this stuff. Did I miss anything, Jeff?
No, you hit everything on nail on the head. Again, presentation, compose a great shot, get creative, have fun with it. Give us a unique book if you can. It's not a criteria because, we look at the whole picture. Also, a story goes a long way. Like something that pulls our heartstrings, make it happen because that's what gets you guys into the next round. All 3 of those, it's a big deal. So anyways, we got Morbius here. He is our judge, and we are going to get right to it. We are going to be showing off our fresh gets each from this week as well. Why don't we just start it off? Moonlit Comics.
Oh, yeah. I saw that one.
Shout out to Michelle.
Michelle. Okay, guys, she says, we're making this a Werewolf Wednesday and a very special one at that. Werewolf by Night is one of my favorite series to collect, and I didn't have the first issue until recently. Thanks to my amazing, and I cut off the rest. I'm sure it's for LCS or something. I don't know, and I apologize for that, Michelle.
I think she was going to say, thanks to my amazing friends at Comic Book Canon.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. Next up, we got, and by the way, Morbius, we are going to let you know who's already won. They are not eligible to win. C to the G has won he won a fantastic Darth Vader #3, first appearance of Dr. Apple. Yeah, but this is what he's showing off today is Don't You Miss Red or Even Yellow covers. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, #27 ×2. Frank Miller's first artwork on Daredevil. Super cool. Loving that cover too. You got you got the Kirby Cosmic Blast in the bottom right too. Great cover. C to the G. Loving it. Next up, we got Into Oblivion, Ghost Rider, Volume 2, #28, Rise of the Midnight Suns, Part 1. First cameo team appearance of the 9, a.k.a. the Midnight Suns. Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, Morbius, Blade, Hannibal King, Frank Drake, Sam Buchanan, Victoria Montesi, Louise Hastings. Also first appearance of the Caretaker, first appearance of Lilith, and the first appearance of Meat Market, the offspring of Lilith. That is a packed book, and there's a lot of talk. Chris and I kind of debunked a lot of nothing confirmed, even though people are saying confirmed Midnight Suns. Nah.
Nah, I ain't hear nothing.
Nah. All right, Morbius, your first fresh get of the week. What do you got?
All right, here we go, guys. So, you know, I'm of course big Spidey fan, big Spider-Woman fan. You know, so I was like, I ran into this in the wild, had to have it. You know, Spider-Woman number 32.
Oh, look at that cover.
You know, it's awesome. It's like a photograph montage, like type thing of like the Universal monsters. You know, like the Frankenstein. You know, Dracula. You know, it's dope. And of course, another. Speaking of Frank Miller cover. You know, being artwork. So
I would, Chris, tell me if you disagree, but that is a unique book. I've never seen that cover before, but I love everything about it.
Yeah,
and it's also and it's like a Werewolf by Night. That's funny. Moonlit with Werewolf by Night. That's their this is just like his appearance in it. I don't believe this ain't. I don't think this is their first meet.
So this is Spider-Woman number 27, obviously probably her first series.
32.
Oh, I'm sorry, 32. My bad. A little reflection here.
So I got this. This
whoa! He's trying to change the rules on this, Chris. One at a time.
I'm sorry. I thought it was.
Morbius, man, we can still keep you off. We don't want to, but we still could. Don't want to do that.
I got to reread the memo. Sorry.
Yes, signed a contract for God's sake.
My bad. All
right, moving on. Nuke's Comics doesn't usually throw these our way here, but he's getting diverse here because he picked up this copy of the Lone Ranger 101 from Titan Comics.
Oh wow!
It's from November 1956. My son is a big Western comic book fan, so this goes to his PC. That is super sweet. Yeah, Nuke's usually sends us all. It's a majority Spider-Man books. This is great, man.
That's clean.
Really,
man.
Yeah, that's a great pickup. Good stuff. Mark Lineker probably has 5 of them in his collection.
Wow, that's clean.
Moving on, we got Neighbor to the North. I finally added this to my collection after a few months of hunting for a solid price. Strange Tales 107 is by far my favorite Jack Kirby cover, and it now has a forever home. I showed it last night on Designated Decoys. I guess it's a show. I should probably know that. I'm sorry. Even though I had technical difficulties. Here's to the crew over there for still making it happen. This book is both a Silver Age rescue. I like how he phrases that, Silver Age rescue. And a certified fresh from the comic shop. Good stuff, man. Neighbor to the North, you've been killing it recently, actually. It's that's well done right there. All right, son of comics. You know, Morbius, you know he approves of the book that he takes a picture of because he has Red Hulk in the foreground. That's right.
That's it.
Son of comics. Incredible Hulk 105. First appearance of World Breaker Hulk.
There you go.
Death of I cannot pronounce the name. I think that's his wife. This book is still less than $20. It may be a good pickup, but Chris, again, the World War Hulk rumors.
Yeah. I mean, look, World War Hulk is an amazing.
That's a good book. That's a great book. Don't get me wrong. It's just a different topic, by
that's
the way.
a great run.
Right. Yeah. Just be careful of not like paying some crazy price because of some rumors.
Exactly.
You know.
That just goes across the board with many things. You know.
Yeah.
Guys, like, don't go crazy out there, you know. Don't go, you know. Wait, be patient, let things ride out, see where they go, you know.
Or do your research.
All right, just research, man. Like, and don't. Who cares if they posted it? Just don't get that FOMO. Fight the FOMO. Bro.
Yeah. If you have
I think I'm gonna create a shirt that says "Fight the FOMO."
I love it. I love
it. Idea. I'd wear it. I would wear it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, man.
All right, another great member of the community here, E. Marvell. I love his pictures, man. I just love the way he composes.
Department of Truth, bro.
Department of Truth 13, the Ji Young Lee variant. Lady in Red headed to CGC Comics. Every single time I open this book, it's like a giant mindfuck, and I must say I rather enjoy it. Good stuff. You know who always sends good stuff, guys? Vinny Whitlock.
I knew it.
Oh man.
Purchased this today, Captain Marvel 76 from 1947. First meeting of the Atom Ambassador. Love the book from the 1940s and 50s for that matter. 4-0. I guess he's trying to complete a Shazam.
Wow,
run.
That's serious.
Good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I learned something from this, guys. Union Josh, he's from over the pond here. Union Josh Comics stopped by that local comic shop today on a whim and pulled this out of a long box that had just been restocked and knew this was going on fresh from the comic shop. Web of Spider-Man, annual number 5, the origin of Silver Sable. First cameo of the first Silver Sable. Thought that this beach theme suited this book quite well as Atuma is lunging for the deep. I remember this, the Atlantis attacks or whatever, the storyline. I had no idea that this was the Silver Sable's origin story.
Nice.
I don't think I got this ever, but Yeah, it's good stuff, man. So I learned something. Chris, always learning from you. What do you got? Your first fresh get of the week.
Let's see. Let's do this one. This is just nothing major key. It's just a beautiful looking book that, remember, I told you guys last week I was going to pull some more books out of that collection that I got because technically it was this week because our show last week was on a Sunday. So I enjoyed this one. It's my earliest of this run that I own, and it's in super fine looking condition. And it is Iron Man number 4. There we go.
Nice.
Really? I mean, look at how clean that is. A little bit of, blending on the edges, a little bit of a color breakdown here, but other than that, it's just like super.
Sweet,
the pop, the colors, and the black background. Beautiful.
That is a good looking book, Chris. You've been
Look, man.
killing it lately with these too, as well.
Congrats.
Making me look bad. I'm not.
I got something to say about that later in the show, Jeff.
Oh wow, we are not getting along tonight. I don't know what's going on. It's really awkward. All right, moving on. We got Marvel 7080 tagged by Diecast Cook for a Moon Knight Monday post. Also, Union Josh Comics for a Fresh from the Comic Shop post. Dipped into my local shop today and picked up this third printing of Moon Knight number 1. This is a good series. I don't know, Morbius, if you're, we didn't get into like if you're more of if you're a modern reader or you just like collecting the oldies.
No, I dabble in modern reading. I pick up some books. I was picking up a lot of books. I still do. Department of Truth. Ice Cream Man. I was picking up Nocturna. I was picking up Immortal Hulk. I was picking up Thor, the new volume. Yeah, exactly. And so there's a few books I've been picking up. Some Venom too as well. There's a big Venom van. Obviously Morbius. Into that whole thing with Venom, and of course Spider-Man, that trio. But yeah, I do. But I'm really big on my back issues. I'm really big on my silver, my bronze, my copper. Because that's where I came up. I started young. I was like 10 years old when I got my first book. It was, Web of Spider-Man number 1. My brother took me to the news. I walked with him to the store. The corner shop is the newsstand. Like I said, right on the corner, 161st and River Avenue, which is right up. It's like the street that cuts by Yankee Stadium. So right there on there was a big newsstand, which is still there. It's not a newsstand anymore, but they sell newspaper. But technically, it's not like technically a newsstand like it was back in the days, and and I'll never forget that, man. That's just to me, it's just I'm a lover of both worlds, but I'm really drawn to the back issues, you know what I mean? And I collect a limited amount of modern, because I just feel like I got so much to complete. I'm a completist, so it's like I gotta finish it's pretty obvious. It's like I gotta fucking. If it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I cannot have 1, 7, 8, 10, 11. Like it's got to be complete.
No, absolutely. Also, the older comic books smell better. Let's all be honest. By the way, we're at 261. 261, guys. Please follow Morbius Comics down below.
Four more of you. I know who you are.
Yeah, we know where you live too.
Let them know, bro. Let them know.
Make it happen. Make it happen, guys.
Come on.
I want to give a shout out here to Marvel Man 616. He is recovering from COVID. We really hope you are doing much better, and we're very appreciative of you letting us know how you are. We're very appreciative for your submission here to Fresh from the Comic Shop. It is Morbius, and we also have our guest, Morbius. No relation. Morbius 1. Still fighting this COVID virus, but me and my wife are hanging in there, and we will see this through. Thanks, everyone, for all the care you have shown with comments and DMs. I appreciate it. Again, we really hope you're out there getting better. We really appreciate everything you contribute to, our show and the community. So we are, again, we hope you get better. So please let us know how you are each day if you need to. We're here. All right, next up, we got Comic Demon. It was a fairly small week, so I got to grab some older stuff that was in my bag, plus needed some more drawer boxes. So we got
talking about it.
Noctera, yeah. I read that first issue. I gotta be honest, I didn't move past that first issue. So
I didn't go past 2. I think I'm on 3 and I stopped. So.
Yeah, I mean it got picked, or the rumor is it got picked up, or Scott Snyder finished the script or something. I don't know, but By the way, here's Comic Toby. What can I expect over at Morbius's channel?
Comic Relief. You could definitely check us out every Tuesday, 7:30 to 8:30, where it's pretty much where hip hop meets comics. I do have a lot of hip hop guests on. I just had DJ Wiz, DJ for Kid and Play.
Ain't gonna hurt nobody, right?
Yeah, exactly. We ain't gonna hurt nobody. Y'all already know. And also I have Pharaoh Monch from Organized Confusion coming on December 14th.
Nice.
I got D-Story from The Arsonist on the 30th of this month, actually. And of course, and every week I do have a weekly co-host, which I kind of rotate through a group of my close friends who are hip-hop orientated and very heavy in the comic books. And these artists that I have on are collectors, whether they collect comic books, and also figures and I'm also gonna have Kwame. Y'all remember Kwame with the Rhythm, the polka dot era? I have Kwame. He's a big collector as well. Hopefully I'm trying to get Pete Rock to come on. I'm working that out.
Shut up.
And next year, guaranteed, I got, of course, the homie who started the Bitter Root series, Sanford Green. That's the homie. He's gonna be jumping on as well. So yeah, man, it's just a lot of big things. So that's what you could expect at the Morbius channel. And I also am working on more content, where I got a new show that is going to be a monthly pre-recorded show that is called In the Wild with Morbius, where I go to different comic shops and hunting for books, and then afterwards I come home and then I show you what I picked up and tell you why I got them. Why I was hunting them.
I gotta step in here, man. I gotta too. Pharaoh, though, man, talk about somebody that I don't think gets the love that he deserves.
Right.
But you just reminded me, like, who I've been putting in my top 5 lately? Black Thought.
Yeah, man. Black Thought is a beast, man.
Billy. Okay.
The beast, man. Hell yeah.
Like that,
gotta give salute to Black Thought, man. The roots.
Yeah.
Man.
Absolutely. All right. By the way, during that description, you just got 2 more followers. So we are 1 follower away from not ending comic book canon.
Salute.
And I'm going to make a prediction, too. You are about to blow up because what you do, I feel like it's, again, with your talent, again, guys, he's a great interviewer and he brings on great guests and he knows his shit about comics. So I have no doubt that you are going to blow up. No doubt in my mind. So
appreciate you, man.
I want to say one more thing, and I know we're kind of pausing with Fresh from the Comic Shop just to discuss a little bit more about this, but
266!
Yeah, you did it.
Oh,
yeah, let's go now. Keep it going, everybody.
Yep, that's what's up. Yeah, don't stop there, folks. Come on, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Right on, guys. I've been having this idea. What's really funny about this, because I was just talking to my dude, actually, who lives in Colorado now, but he's originally from New York, then spent many years in Jersey, about mixing hip hop and comics and doing something. My other dude out of Jersey is actually doing a monthly comic book that is basically the song. One of the, he takes the song off the album and they do a comic book that's like the lyrics and everything of the song. Right. So we got to link up, man, because there's so much that I personally want to do as well in terms of really getting on some hip hop and comic stuff. Yeah, so I love hearing all these ideas and everything that you're doing with your channel as well, man.
Definitely, man. Appreciate you. I'll head up. You already know I'm with it, baby. I'm with it.
As long as I throw down the beats, you guys are good.
That was a dope ass track, man.
Thank you. All right, guys, we got to get him out of here. We got to get Morbius out of here. You're going to answer this quick question from the audience, Morbius, then we're going to get going.
All right.
Are you a scientifically altered vampire?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. All right, moving on. Who do we got? Who was we did Comic Demon, didn't we? Yes, we did. Cover Junkie Comics. The thing about Cover Junkie Comics, he loves his Doom comics. He's just collecting all Doom covers. Well,
nothing wrong with that.
That's a priority to him, but he didn't do it this week because this is a big shout out to Journos. I'll tell you what. Fresh from the Comic Shop, or should I say Facebook Marketplace. I was watching Journos on YouTube the other day, doing a video on collecting on a collection he got. Not gonna lie, I was jealous, so I jumped on Marketplace, came across 146 Green Lantern books, which I managed to acquire for $50. Journos definitely got a cooler collection, but I'm pretty happy. I've never read any Green Lanterns, and now I can read for days. The set includes Volume 4, Issues 42 to 67, Volume 5, Issues 0 to 52, Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern Corps, 1 in 50. Annuals from 2012 to 2015, and some one-shots and 3D covers, but most importantly, it came with 3 keys, one being issue 20 from July 2013, the first appearance of Jessica Cruz. I know you want Doom books, but I thought this was worth a share. Can't wait to read up before that HBO series. That HBO series is going to be awesome. Cover Junkie Comics. We love that you're branching out, man. You've been doing a lot of that lately, so you're not strictly all about Doom.
It's still a green theme though.
Right,
So.
it was.
Oh, good point. Good point. Well played. All right. Sicilian Comics. I mean, come on. It's just not fair to everybody else. 143. First team appearance of the Enchanters 3. Published in August of 1967. Silver Age. By the way, Silver Age has his own YouTube as well. Y'all should be following him.
Kirby.
I don't think we have a link. All right. We got Comic Toby 420. Here's Khazar the Savage #1 on the cover with his red deadly knife. Ready to do some unboxing.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Look, he got his price guide out too.
He does. But Chris has a red deadly knife as well.
Nice.
There we go.
Oh,
That's
nice.
my partner in crime, Red Deadly.
There you
price
go.
guide, something you don't see much, right?
The red deadly.
I still got. I got my new one.
All right. Before I show my first fresh get of the week, I just want to say that we had an interview with Morbius, and we're gonna have a quiz to give Morbius some time to pick his fresh from the comic shop semifinalist. And I'm going to be giving away one of my fresh gets of the week.
Okay.
So we're going to start off here with Star Wars #5. I just love the by the way, I stopped by Newberry Comics in is it the Westchester Mall? I don't know. Morbius, you probably know that. They got a Newberry Comics there, and I always find gems, including this Darth Vader #5, this Inyuk Lee cover. It is just, I mean, come on.
Nice.
I love this cover. This won't be the one I'll be giving away. This is too easy peasy, low hanging fruit. I think y'all like the one I'll be giving away. Chris, we need to figure out what question to quiz them on.
Okay.
We got to get to it, but we really got to get to it because we have 25 more minutes with Morbius. Next up, we got Nerds Being Geeks, our semifinalists from last week. House of Slaughter #1, written by James Tynion IV, with interior art by Werther Del Edera. Cover art by Chris Sheehan. Checked out a different local comic shop and saw House of Slaughter was still available. I missed the boat on Something That's Killing the Children. I read that only in trades. Now I figured I should check this out while I can still find it. FYI, check the preview so you don't miss out on books like I do. Come on, man. Nerds Being Geeks, you're smarter than that, dude. All right, this is an alumnus for he's a comic book canon alumnus. 360 Comics. Nope, you ain't seen double. Upgrading personal collection books is great, but sometimes it's so hard to get rid of the other copies, so you end up with 2. I've loved seeing this book on the hot list a few times recently, which totally makes sense because it's the second appearance of 2 major characters, Daredevil and Electro, with Electro looking incredible, aka not blue. We all have to agree on that.
Right.
So 360, that was one of my fresh gets last week. So he's like, I'm gonna raise you not 1 but 2.
Yeah, he wants to do better than you. And finishing up, he says in the No Way Home trailer, he's talking about Electro and Daredevil. Speculation on the rise. I probably should just hold both for a bit. Good stuff, man. Good stuff indeed.
That's a lot of good stuff, man.
Good stuff. All right.
Can you recap real quick?
No, you gotta keep you writing it. You had responsibilities, man. You knew what you signed up for. But
that's right.
What's your second fresh get of the week? What do you got?
All right, so I'm gonna go with Upgrade. This is Captain America 133. I actually own this book, but mine is like beat up reader copies. So I just upgraded this recently, and it's Origin of MODOK. Wow. This is also a dope cover. Just love this cover. So it's something, it was nostalgic, so I had to like upgrade it, man. I was like, looking through.
Who did the cover there?
Say again?
Who did the cover there?
Oh, geez, you got me on that one, man.
It's a nice. Can we just see it real quick? It's a really clean looking cover.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll tell you right now.
Is it a Buscema?
It looks like it, right?
Yeah, it does.
Looks like it. Hold on. I'll tell you right now.
You're gonna have to take it out. I don't want to.
No, man, I'm not like that, man. I don't wear gloves. You know what I mean? I wash my hands, guys. Don't worry. Don't lose your shit right now. You know what I mean? No, man. Actually, that's a Colin, bro.
Gene. Oh wow, Gene Colan.
Gene Colan, bro, holding it down. I should have known that.
He's a legend. He is absolutely a legend.
Oh yeah, man. So definitely,
You know who else are legends? Are this couple? They're the common couple.
Oh, here we go.
April and Tommy. They're former guest co-hosts, but they are also individually. They have each one fresh from the comic shop. Each of them individually. Every time they just bring us something unique. This week is no different. Where we get our boy saw Tommy setting up his comic book scene, and he got really excited, saying he wanted to be on Comic Book Canon. So he rounded up some of his favorite things and helped me set up my scene. Little Spider-Man and Venom. Teach them young. You guys are doing a great job with those children that have always wanted to seek for Comic Book Canon. And then here's Tommy. Finally got this. As soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it in my collection. Miles Morales, number 29, the Mike Mayhew signed. 9.8. Two things I collect: sneakers and comics. Look, on a pile of sneakers right there that are probably worth a fortune. No big deal. Speaking of worth a fortune, Mark Leneker's collection is absolutely worth a fortune. No doubt about that, because he's got the old books. Captain Gallant of the Foreign Legion, number 1, Charlton Comics, 1955, art by Don Heck, and only pre-code issue. Wow. The comic lasted 4 issues and tied into the TV show of the same name, starring Buster Crabbe, who's best known for his 1930s serials of Flash Gordon, Tarzan, and Buck Rogers. Pro tip: if you see this book, check if the inside back cover has a Heinz ad or cast member photo. The non-Heinz version had a much smaller print run. It's worth 3 times more. Decades old. His books are decades old. Wow. Next up, speaking of decades old, the books, not Dan. Very high grade copy of Thor. 188. Enough said. By the way, I'm going for the heavyweight championship on the Tony Sanders show tonight.
Isn't that
everybody check out Tony Sanders with Dan De La Torre.
That's first Infinity? That's first
probably. Dan is on top of it. Yeah.
I think that's his first Infinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Leonard is giving a props. Oh, I guess I burned. I'm sorry. It was just set up there. I'm sorry. Moving on, Chris. What is your second fresh get of the week?
All right, I got a hot one. So I actually I owned a couple of copies, and I had one from the collection that I purchased, and then I went and pressed them up. So I don't know if this is I think this is the one from the collection. I'm pretty sure, just because I could tell there's a little, kind of off-white to the color on, or the white on the top of the book. I'm pretty sure this is the one that I pulled from the collection, but it is really hot book right now. Avengers 232.
Oh yeah.
Garros the Star Fox in I'm calling it a 9.2 near mint minus. And I think that's a bit conservative. I mean, this book, look, man, if you guys have seen my video about my 9.8 that came back, this is better than my 9.8. Obviously, it wasn't a 9.8, but really high grade copy of this book. I'm thinking about, I don't know if I'm going to sell this copy, but I got a couple other high grades that I'll probably part with. But if this is the highest one, I'm definitely going to keep it in the collection.
Nice.
That's good stuff, man. That is a I mean, it's like saying grass is green, me saying that's a good pickup. Moving on. Speaking of good pickups, we got Miguel.G.Comics. This is the 6th and final volume of the Portuguese hardcover of Gideon Falls by Jeff Lemire. Andrea Sorrentino and Dave Stewart. What a great team and what a great run. We agree. Nori Jordan. By the way, Nori Jordan loves him some Thunderbolts. I try to limit my Thunderbolts posts to 1 every 3 or 4 weeks, and now it's time. I got one step closer to my Thunderbolts number 1 CGC 9.8 trifecta, the direct copy, the newsstand, and the pink cover second print. By getting a 9.8 newsstand. Wow. Now I need the pink second print to complete the set. I also picked up more newsstands and second print raw copies, as well as some rare variant covers. Thank you to Chris for giving me some Thunderbolts related advice this week as well. Have a great day, weekend, and Thanksgiving, everyone. By the way, we forgot to mention that our show is going to be on Sunday next week because of the Thanksgiving holiday. All right, guys, this is my second fresh get of the week. Which one do I want to do? This is I don't know. I picked it up. I knew it was hot for a while. I have to read it. I actually have no interest in it. I don't know. Reptile number 1. There's a bunch of first appearances in there, and apparently they're going to be kind of making a push. I was going to be like, I'm going to do my research before the show and say what the first appearance was. I didn't do that. Can't remember. Anyways,
I'm with you though, Jeff, on that one. I know there was some hype, but I'm not. I don't know. It just didn't really appeal to me.
Not at all.
But I'll be giving away a better one.
Can we like get him out? Like, just post the show in that book. Like, just there you go. Thank you. Appreciate it. There we go. Now we
That's not the first time I've been kicked off. I'm telling you right now, for real. All right, moving on. We got Raw Dog Comics, fresh in the comic collection. Department of Truth 11, Zoo or Zoo Artist, Black Label Batman, the Imposter book, one cover A and B. Super excited about this Department of Truth cover. It is on my list to send to CGC. Batman the Imposter has beautiful artwork and a great story. Love this run so far. Collect what you love. Thank you, comic fan. Thank you, Raw Dog Comics. What do we got next? We got Super Rad Comics. This guy, he does well. I love it when my passion for punk rock and comic books collide. If it weren't for Enemy of the State releasing when I was an impressionable 13-year-old, I don't think I would have taken the path that led me to making so many memories with Destroy Orbison, which led me to meeting some of the coolest people, bands on planet Earth. Thanks, Interstate Ninja, for luring me to Ninjas and Robots with this rad homage that's been added to my pool list. That is a pretty cool book there, I have to say. All right. Morbius, your third and final fresh get of the week. We're going to get you out of here on time, buddy.
Yeah, man. Awesome. Third pick that I did. It's another upgrade. For those who probably don't know, yes, I'm called Morbius. That is my stage name. That's where it started. You know, I adopted it when I was 18. But my number one favorite of all time character is Hulk. So I'm trying to complete my Hulk run. I am missing Hulk, 181, and I owned 180 and 182, and so forth. Which is Hulk is my biggest run in my collection actually. And so I wanted to upgrade, my 182. So that's what I did. And I got myself a 9. I would say probably it's a 9.6. Nice. It's white pages.
That is fantastic.
Yep.
It is super, super clean.
I can see how crisp and white that is too.
Yeah, man. It's
looking really nice, dude. Even coming through on here, like usually you can't see. It's looking really nice,
right?
Yeah, man.
It almost looks like it's fresh off the press of like a facsimile.
Right.
Yep. That's a good call. Yeah, definitely. Where are the flaws there?
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Look at that spine, man.
Good stuff, man.
Yep.
Good stuff.
So I was really excited, man. Really excited.
So you obviously couldn't take the stage name David Banner.
Exactly. I'm like, 5'6", 170 pounds, man. Coming to stage Hulk, it's like,
yeah.
Hey, quick question. Are you counting Tales to Astonish as part of the Hulk run, or are you just focus on
Yes. I'm collecting all his appearances in Tales to Astonish as well.
Nice.
So I'm working on my Hulk, which I'm almost done with. I'm really done. It's really that Hulk 181 is the one that's really my goal for next year. And then my Tales to Astonish, I got about 12 more issues to finish to completing that run. So yeah, and I'm coming from my homeboy PJ Morris. Shout out to Paul, the homie. PJ Morris, 72.
Yep.
If y'all don't know, follow him, bro. He's sick with it. That's my dude. And it's like a friendly competition, man. We go at each other. Awesome. Today we both posted a Fantastic Four 39. And, we were trying to see who had the cleanest comic. We just it was just, they both identical. It was hard to say, man.
Speaking of followers, you're still at 266. Guys, if we don't get to 270, I think we said 270.
Come on, let's do it.
Are you pushing it to 270 now?
I thought that's what we said. It was 270.
We did say
270. No, when we started, it was 270. We said 270.
Pretty sure it was 270. So guys, follow. His link is down below. His link. We may have to run the tape on that one, but we'll see. All right, moving on. We got Serge Henderson, a.k.a. 080879 Lines. Hello, everybody in the comic community and comic book canon. These are my first gets for today. Wow, I don't know how many gets you get in a day, but those are some good gets. As you can see, I've been busy, so he's getting ready for a move, and he needs a little downtime, so he's watching a movie. Thank you, Jeff and Chris and everybody, comic book community. I hope everyone had a good weekend and holiday. Obviously, that is Shang-Chi in the background right there. But those are some nice books, sir. Good stuff. This dude, Azori, is just showing off.
Ooh, yes, I saw that today. He posted that.
First appearance Friday. So for this one, I'm going with Tales to Astonish number 28. Hank Pym becomes Giant Man, formerly Ant-Man. That's a good one, man. That is a good one.
Oh, man.
He's a former guest co-host as well. Chris, your third fresh get of the week. What do you got?
What you got, brother?
All right, another pull from the collection. I do have this one already. I sent it in to CGC myself. Came back a 9.0. Happy to find another raw copy. There was actually 2 in the collection, but I have the other one in the press right now, or I would show both of them off as one. I just got to show the one though. Amazing Spider-Man, 135. Second full appearance of the Punisher. This is though a 4.0 VG qualified. The value stamp was cut out. But that's okay. It's still fun to have. And I have, like I said, another one in the press. I think it might be a little bit lower grade than this, but it is complete. But just really, really awesome book. This was when I was, 129 was my huge grail. And before I obtained that, thankfully, my original copy of this book was my first like Punisher, basically key. So I was like it was a big book for me to get. So this book's kind of special to me.
That's good stuff, man. Absolutely. Chris, again, you've been crushing fresh from the comic shop each and every week. All right. Our last audience submission here is a former winner. He is not eligible to win, but he is still crushing it with the well-composed shot. Look at that depth of field in the background right there. From today's epic British haul, first mention of the department, later renamed MI13, the British intelligence agency that deals with paranormal and extraordinary circumstances. Kamikaze doing it again. Good stuff. Okay, right there ends the audience submissions. So you got something to think about. I'm going to show you my third fresh get of the week that you will be able to win if you get this trivia quiz correct. And Chris, do you know what question you're going to ask based off of Morbius's interview? I have an idea. I know what we should do.
What? Yeah?
I don't want to say it. I'll just put it in the private chat.
Okay.
You let me know if that's good. My third fresh get of the week, which you all can win if you answer this trivia quiz correctly, is Champions number 1, guys. This is a hot issue. I'm telling you right now, this is the kind of the first get of all these new and upcoming heroes who will be in the MCU. This is the Newberry Comics variant. It's at least $25, I think, value on cover price. So average raw copy. So I'm gonna give it to somebody who gets this question correct. Wow. Wow. While Morbius decides on our semifinalists, Chris, that's gonna be too difficult.
I don't know. I think we got to put. Look, they've been watching the show. We went in. And
look, here's the deal. We have 8 minutes left with Morbius, by the way.
If they can't get this, shame on them.
Then go for it. All right. If you guys want to win this, Champions number 1, Chris is going to be asking you a question.
All right. Pay attention.
Morbius, you have a job.
I know we have some heads in here too that got it. Not, anyways. I'm not gonna say. The winner, and this has to be the first to comment. All right. So just because you get it right, don't mean nothing. You got to be the first to comment with the right answer. All right. So, Jeff,
is that the question?
Can you I can't type in the live chat. So can you do a starting line?
Yeah.
Let's do a starting line. Don't push it yet, but right when I finish answering the question or asking the question, click it right. Boom. Got it ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go, folks. Name one of Morbius's top 5 rappers. Go.
It has to be under the line.
Under the line. Who got it?
Chris, I thought you were asking for all 5.
No.
That was like no way.
Yeah.
Just one.
One, and whoever gets one right first.
No. Looks like Planet Arizona got it.
Nope. Remember, this was the top 5.
Oh, that's right. That was either or. Oh, well,
Yep. Not talking about either or.
Right. Louis Logic then, right?
Louis.
Yes, sir.
That's what it was. My bad. I took it back to the
That was number 1.
No worries. Yep.
Louis Logics wins. Louis Logics DM at Comic Book Canon on the Instagrams. Hit us up at Comic Book Canon. DM us your address. We will be sending you this fresh get here. Champions number 1, the Newberry Comics variant.
Nice.
Congratulations. All right. Hopefully there's gonna be more congratulations in order, Morbius here. Have you decided on the semifinalists?
You know, man, there was some really good books out there, and guys know that, you know, if the book was graded, unfortunately, you know, I could care less because I'm not a grader. I'm a raw dude. For those who know, you know, I collect my books and complete my comics. You know what I mean? I'm not an investor. I don't care for the money. Been doing this for over 35 years, and the books you see on my wall, I got as a kid. So they mean a lot to me. So I can never get rid of my books. Anybody know I don't get rid of shit. You know what I mean? I keep everything, even the fucking freebies they send me when you buy a book, and they send you the shit, and you're like, why you giving me your bullshit ass fucking comics, man? I don't want that shit. You know what I mean? But I got a box for all that bullshit. You know what I mean? It's just like, fuck it, it's there. You never fucking know. You know, you might have a key in there. You never know. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna go. It's hard, man. It's hard. Man,
this is never easy, by the way.
It's hard. It's hard. There was a lot of good books. You had a lot of good modern, a lot of current, a lot of silver age. You had some bronze. Oh man, but I'm gonna have to go. I gotta keep it 100. You know what I mean? I'm an old school head, and it had nothing to do with the grading. Azor, he came in strong. He almost had me about to, you know, flip the script. Yep. He almost had me with that one, and he the homie. So I didn't want to be biased. So I'm going to go with the Daredevil number 2. You know what I'm saying?
360.
Yeah. We got to go with that one. It's official. Like,
wait a minute. Time out. We have a problem.
What's up?
Is he already a finalist?
He's a finalist.
He's already a finalist.
So then, you know what? Hold on. So then I'm going to go with my second choice, you know, which Azor, you know what I mean? I got to go with that, you know.
Ooh, this is good, man. Okay, all right.
I got to go with that one because that almost had me, you know, flipping the script.
I dig it.
That's fair.
Yep. You know what I mean? And salute to everybody who posted their books. Salute. You had some great, amazing books, you know, but I got to go with what, you know, drew my attention. And,
totally.
You know, that right there, you know what I mean? Tales to Astonish, amazing run. Definitely, man. It's a great book, great time, you know. And,
all right, that's a great listen. Azores Tiger versus Nerds Being Geeks for the next finalist going up against 360. Good stuff, man. Morbius, we can't thank you enough for joining us on the show today. We really appreciate it. Again, y'all better be following Morbius Comics. The link is down below. Also, he's got an Instagram. Who doesn't? It's 2021. Right there, people. Follow him. If you don't,
yes. And I just did have my 2K giveaway. I actually just had my 2K giveaway. So you guys know I'm not one of them dudes. I always give back. You know, I love to represent for the community, show love to the community. So yeah, and try to give y'all what y'all looking for. Some great books, great contents, and my little funny skits, you know, that I do with people in the community. So
you do it honestly, man. You're crushing it. And again,
good time, man.
You got a lot of success coming your way. You're at 267 right now. So
thank you, family. I appreciate it, man. Even if it was just one, man, I'll be grateful, you know, because at the end of the day, to be honest, guys, I do this for fun. I'm really not, you know, trying to be like some great super YouTuber or crazy, but I do have ideas and content that I want to share with people. And if it takes off, it takes off. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm doing what I love to do. I really don't care. You know what I mean? Just like when I put my post, I don't care if y'all like it or not. I'm doing it for me. This is a passion for me, and I just feel like I want to share that with everybody. And if y'all want to ride with me, let's ride. You know what I'm saying? If you know, that's
also,
how it is.
I want to remind everyone too, if you want to check out Morbius's music, which I think is, you know, just as important as checking out his comic YouTube, check. You still got to follow him on the Instagram. You see the handle down there, and if you go in the description, you'll see a link to the separate IG. What's that link there that you have?
That's the Sargonite. That's my music page. You go to my music page, and all the music is there in that bio. You know, everything is there. You know, so if y'all looking for the music, that's where y'all go into my bio at Morbius Comics on IG. And yeah, once again, like I just want to throw in Comic Relief. Make sure y'all tune in. I got Bearded Comic Pro coming in. We're gonna be going over hip hop variants. The topic for this week. So we're gonna be breaking it down. A lot of our favorite books, and you know, talking about not only the comic but the album that was dedicated to it. So you know, we're just gonna be breaking that down over on Comic Relief next week on Tuesday, 7:30 Eastern time, guys. So yeah, man, appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me, man. You guys are great. I didn't know what to expect on the show, but I had a great time. You know, and you guys were amazing. The chat was on fire, I'm assuming, because I can't see, but based on what y'all telling me and showing me, it looked like it was on fire.
Absolutely,
you know, salute,
man.
Yeah, they're loving you, man. They are absolutely loving you. Again, have a great night. Man. We will be in touch. Really appreciate you coming on tonight.
Definitely, man. Y'all be good, man. Stay up.
Have a good night. What a great guest, man. What a great guest. All right, but we're not done with this show, everybody. Y'all know what's happening next. Am I right? Chris, let me just get to the okay, yeah, I'm here. All right, ready? It's the top 10 hottest comics of the week based off of cover prices data. That is right, real sales data, not throwing shit to the wall and seeing what sticks. Real sales data. Chris, we go through the top 10 hottest comics of the week based off of cover prices list that comes out on Monday. Our show is live on a Friday. What we like to do is talk really quickly through the top 10 hottest comics. But the fun in it is you picking out the 3 most interesting books off of that list. And you got opinions. You always got opinions, Chris. And we're just going to get right into those top 10 hottest comics of the week. That is right. At number 10, we have Deadpool Black, White and Blood. Number 4, the 1 in 25 Dan Panosian cover. Number 9, we have Moon Knight. Number 3, the Walmart variant. At number 8, Captain Britain and MI-13. Number 1, Kamikaze actually ran into a bunch of those. At number 7, we have Eternals number 1. Number 6, The Thing number 1, Lee Bermejo variant. That variant is just gorgeous, by the way. Number 5, Avengers number 6, the first appearance of Azari Tachila. At number 4, Avengers number 62, the first appearance of M'Baku. At number 3, Avengers number 1, first cameo appearance of Azari Tachila. Number 2, X-Men Adventures number 1, and at number 1 we have Strange Academy 13, that Art Adams cover. That is hot. Did you like that? Hot.
Yeah, man. I know. And we're going to talk about something here, and it's going to relate back to something you said early in the show. But
okay.
Yeah, look, man. Marvel.
I'm gonna give full transparency here, guys. Yep. I've had to pee since before the start of the show. Normally, Chris and I bring this up privately, but I don't know if I'm going to make it back in time. Chris is going to get into his first book, first most interesting book off of this list. So, Chris, have at it.
All right, yeah. Marvel dominated all 10. I do got to say, Eternals number 1, still on the list, but I didn't pick it. My number 3 pick is Avengers 62. First appearance of M'Baku, Man-Ape. I have been talking about this book for a long time, ultimately probably since Chadwick Boseman's passing, unfortunately. You know, not that I want to boast of those circumstances, but of course when that happened, we all are left with, or we're left with the question of, you know, what does this mean for the future of Black Panther, T'Challa, the franchise and the MCU and so forth. And almost immediately, people jumped all over Shuri. And I mean immediately, like almost that same night as he passed. And Jeff and I both, I mean, we went months without really even talking about anything Black Panther because we just felt out of respect for this real life human being that people were speculating on the death of a human. It was a rough time, you know, but of course, time moves on. We are here to talk about comics and in the movies that assist these comics on the market. And ultimately, when that time came about, I was big on talking about M'Baku taking up the mantle of Black Panther, because we all know Black Panther is a mantle. We also know that the executives with Marvel Studios have been very firm, including Kevin Feige, talking about Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa will not be recast. His legacy will carry on, and most likely that mantle will be carried on with it. What does that mean? Well, again, let's look at Shuri. Let's look at M'Baku. I don't feel it fitting for Shuri to get the mantle in this next film. From where we left off, from seeing her at the end of Black Panther, the first film, and of course, you know, what we saw in Endgame, Infinity War and Endgame, I don't see it working really and making it believable that she's just going to become this warrior this quick, pick up the mantle of Black Panther and sit on the throne. M'Baku is much more primed for that. M'Baku is a leader of one of the tribes that has the ability to come in, not only just govern, but to lead. He has that worthiness within his heart, in my humble opinion, from how they fleshed out the character in the MCU. And I've said this from the beginning too. I've said this from the beginning. I think him taking up the mantle will be temporary, and he will pass it on to Shuri when the time is right. I even think there's a possibility of them becoming a love interest of each other, and sharing the mantle or the throne together. I don't know. These are all my theories, but let's look at what this book has been doing. How about that? 204% upward trend in sales this week. A high CGC sale in an 8.0 sold for $695. The previous high for an 8.0 was back in March at 250. That's 178% increase in value. So not quite triple, but close to that. Here's my take on this. I've been telling folks, if you want to invest in this, you know, do it back then when I was talking about it. Now there's a lot of hype around it. There's a couple of things that can happen with this book. One, M'Baku might not take up the mantle, and people get discouraged and are like, oh man, shoot. And that could drop the price down some. Maybe he has a big role in the film, and it keeps people involved in his character, and it keeps the price level. Or he could take the mantle and it booms even more. These are all short-term possibilities. Regardless of any of those things happen, and I say this all the time with Silver Age books, especially Silver Age Keys, even if this book sees ebb and flow because of the speculative nature of what's going on, even if it dips, if M'Baku never takes up the mantle in the MCU, this is a book that will hold and increase value for the long-term investment and long-term ROI. So again, what do I always say? You all just have to do your best on being patient and educating yourself and asking what is the right price that I'm willing to pay for a book like this, and just make your move if it's something that you are looking to invest in.
I made it. I didn't get to hear the content there, but thank you, Dan. Yeah, I think I got a gist of it. It's like you need to decide if you want to pick this up now because the train has left the station.
Yeah. And look, and I'll say this,
Duke is in Black Panther too. He is in M'Baku.
Right. M'Baku, no matter what, no matter if he takes the mantle up, he's still going to be there. But this could see a dip because, look, I mean, you see over the last 6 months, this is almost tripled in value. Mm-hmm. If for some reason it keeps going up, or even if it stays where it's at, and then the movie comes out and he doesn't pick up the mantle, then it might turn some buyers off and we may see a dip. But that, I'm telling you, I talk about new floors being set. That dip isn't going to be to a previous floor or anything like that. So that's what I'm saying. It's like you're really playing the lottery here, because if he plays a huge role, or if he takes up the mantle next year when we see that film come out, I don't, these prices that they're at right now are gonna, again, nobody can tell the future, but you can analyze the market. I see these prices doubling overnight. So again, you just got to be very careful with what you're doing, and you got to know what you're doing and be willing to take that risk, because it's always a risk, especially at this point in time when you didn't buy it like 2 or 3 years ago when none of this speculation was happening, really driving the value up to where it is today.
Absolutely. I'm going to answer a question real quick in between your next one. But Mojo Quid picked up both of those Azari Tachilla books for $10 a few months ago. To sell or not to sell, that is the question. Here's the deal. You could definitely make a profit off of this, and everything is just speculation and rumors, right? So if you're okay actually making a few bucks, which I think you can decently do, and either add to some pot that you're trying to get a bigger book for or what have you, I would do it. Honestly, I would do it. And I would do it now because it's probably going to cool off soon. Just as long as you're okay with it potentially going way up in price if this ever does come true. We don't know.
Exactly. The same, to your point, Jeff, the same thing that I'm talking about in buying, it's the same with selling. But you right now, with the position that you're in, because you bought them so low,
can't lose.
You can't, you really can't lose, because like Jeff said, if you sell it now, you're going to make a profit. Okay. But if you sell them now and he ends up taking the mantle of Black Panther, you're missing out on a bigger profit, but you still made a profit. So you didn't lose. Now, I think this might be more volatile even than M'Baku, because what did we say? M'Baku is already in the MCU. He's already a strong character. Winston Duke has done a great job portraying him. So I do think there's less volatility there, where Azari is a character that hasn't even shown up at all. And if he doesn't show up, I don't know if that book will ever be like a dollar bin book, but it could flatten right back out to $10 again. But I wouldn't even say that. I don't think it would necessarily do that, because you're still going to have people that are going to look at the MCU as this long-running entity, and you can say, well, he didn't show up in this film. Maybe he's still going to show up 5 years down the line. You never know.
Absolutely. So hopefully that answers your question. Let us know what you do, please. I'm curious. All right, Chris, your second most interesting book of the week. What do you got?
Man, I wanted so much to go pull my book out and to show it off talking about this, but I didn't. I forgot. My number 2 book is X-Men Adventures #1. We were just talking about this, Jeff, last week when we were talking about the announcement, the X-Men 97 announcement. And I'm like, man, I remember I picked this book off the newsstand, and I do believe it's a newsstand copy. I got to check though. Ugh. We're going to get into why I might be excited about that in a quick minute, but X-Men Adventures #1, based on the season 1, they did volumes of X-Men Adventures for every season that came out. This book has boomed 193% upward trend in sales this week, with a $400 9.8 CGC high. I believe, looking at the numbers, I didn't get an exact number, but when you look at about, what this book was doing less than a year ago, I think it's almost doubled in value in that 9.8. But look at this. A 9.8 CGC newsstand, $800. Madness. All I have to say about this book, folks, is for me, it's obviously extremely nostalgic. But I think this book is one that, as a early 90s book, is going to stay as a mainstay, so to say, for collectors, just because of how iconic the series was originally. That meaning the animated series, and the fact that for our generation now, getting this not reboot, it's not a reboot, it's a continuation. It's continuing the series in X-Men 97. It's bringing it to the forefront again. It's going to bring new generations into the younger generations into this book, because I can easily probably assume that a lot of the younger collectors that are like maybe 25 and under, probably a large majority of them weren't really ever looking too much at this book. I mean, this book obviously had value before, last week. this book obviously had value, but so much for the nostalgic purposes of how it relates to the X-Men animated series. Now, again, I'm not trying to stereotype or generalize, because you always have new collectors that are going back and finding things from the past, especially if you're like my kids who were growing up with me watching all the X-Men animated series on DVD, right? So, but still, my point being, this is now going to be brought to a much larger audience. But here we are again with my disclaimer about 9.8s. Be very, very careful of the 9.8. I've said it a million times before, and I'll briefly say it again here with my issues in terms of the extreme subjectivity between the 9.6 and the 9.8, and the volatile market of the 9.8 market right now in general. If you are looking to find this book in a 9.8, and we're sitting at $400 for direct and $800 for a newsstand, I am absolutely sure that there's some higher grade raw books out there that have 9.8 potential that could save you a lot of money. But again, everything's a gamble, because you never know. Even if you press and clean a book, send it into CGC, CBCS, EGS, whatever grading company, you never know what it's going to come back. But just be very careful with this book right now, especially in 9.8. But I do believe this is one that, again, you always hear the term find in the wild, where this book maybe for a long time could have been sitting in some back issue bins, and you could still get a really solid deal on it. But I just absolutely loved that this book made the list this week, and I had a feeling last week that it would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is one of the top 3 announcements from last week, no doubt. So, but $800 for a CGC 9.8 is insane.
Yep.
It is the nostalgia effect. All right, Chris, you have a third book, as you do each week. Actually, sometimes you do like 5.
Yeah.
Which is not a knock on you, man. You're very thorough. What do you got for this last book? Your most interesting book out of this list.
Well, earlier in the show, you thought I was harassing you because I was kind of antagonizing you, but it's because you were being down on yourself. I forget it. Do you remember exactly what you said about your fresh gets?
Oh, yeah, I did.
What'd you say?
I don't know. You crush it every week? I don't know.
No, I was more specifically about you, about how you you were talking down on your fresh gets. And, for those that watch the show, Jeff likes to, grab new releases off the rack. And sometimes you find amazing deals, even on modern spec books, though, in like dollar bins or for cover price.
Yeah.
But guys, my number one pick is the number one book on the list this week, and it was Jeff's fresh get last week. So Jeff, stop knocking yourself, because your fresh get made number 1 on not my picks, but the top 10 list.
True.
And that's Strange Academy 13, the Arthur Adams variant. Jeff, pat yourself on the back, man.
Thank you. I am patting myself on the back. You don't want to look at that. You'd rather look at this cover, though, I tell you what.
So, look, I always appreciate when cover art sells, and this is one of those times. But, I mean, a 527% upward trend in sales this week. Wow. High Raws going for $40. And again, I always say this when it comes to variants and stuff like this, but who knows if that $40 is going to hold. I'm sure people are going to be looking to send this out. There's probably a good handful sent out to the grading companies right now. And once those start getting put on the market, we'll probably see, especially in 9.8, we'll probably see some decent prices for those. But again, to me, it's not about value for this book. It's not about it holding the value. It's just about people appreciating and demanding beautiful cover art. And it made the list by a huge margin of units being sold. A huge margin. And keep in mind, my top 3, and this doesn't happen too often, Jeff. I think it may happen like twice before. My top 3 picks were actually the top 3 of the top 10. Mm-hmm. So it goes to show you, I mean, 3 and 2 were amazing books, in my humble opinion, that saw amazing increases in sales and price, while this book, just in terms of units being sold, just blew everything out of the water. So Arthur Adams doing great things. And Jeff, you called it last week. You pulled this book off the rat for cover price, and you were talking it up last week, telling everyone why you enjoyed it and why you thought it was hot, and everyone else agreed.
So I guess I had that effect on it. So you're all welcome for those that.
Oh yeah, yep.
Number one. Thank you.
Your fault.
I mean, Art Adams is just outstanding. I've always appreciated Art Adams' work. I mean, his X-Men work in the 90s just outstanding. He's just got this unique look to him. It's almost on the verge of cartoonish in a way, but not in a bad way. Does that make sense?
It's a good balance. It's like not too cartoony.
Yeah,
but I see what you. I know what you mean by that.
And I just like he's just still doing things. So, anyways, but yeah, so it's nice to see that this was the first, the number one book from the top 10 hottest comics of the week. And go ahead.
But Jeff, now you're going to get accused of pumping and dumping, because you know how people are when people have YouTube channels and do stuff like this. They're going to be careful, because now they know. Yes. Now they know that you went to every LCS in your area and bought all the copies off the shelf and talked about it on last week's show, and you're the one that's been selling them for $40 a copy.
That's the thing, and that's the interesting thing is like, this book was nothing, right? It was nothing. Nobody cared about it. Nobody put it on there like, oh, check out this book list. It was all over the place, by the way, before this book came out. All over the place. So yeah, we're the Pumpers and Dumpers. That's us right here. It's our new hip hop group, the Pumpers and Dumpers.
Pump and dump.
Pump and dump.
Pump and dump.
So there you go. So right there. No, but I mean, it's a sought after book. I think there's a lot of. I'll be honest, Chris. I'm gonna say it, and I don't fall into this group, but there's a lot of people that have, there's fetish things going on there with this book. There's anatomy things that go on with this book. So people like that. I like Strange Academy. I'll give you that. Like, I really enjoy Strange Academy. I like Art Adams, and Planet Arizona's the work he did on X-Men Annual 9 was exceptional. A lot of the work he's done is exceptional in his career. And again, I'm really glad. And Mark Lenniker has put this in, like, I guarantee you he's typing this in and cracking himself up. But yeah.
Well, Jeff, I mean, since you bring that up, I do want to speak on something real quick here, because it proves, because there's so many of you out there, and I'm sorry if I may offend you, if some of you are watching, I'm only speaking the truth. I'm only speaking facts. This is proof that I don't want to hear anybody saying that your comics aren't for you anymore. And you know who I'm talking to. You know who you are. Oh, comics, Carol Manvers and all this being, comics. There's still comics out there that are made for you every single week, so you can, have your little happy time and whatever it is, because this is what you like. So don't get mad. Don't get mad because Carol Danvers wears a full body tactical suit these days and got a little bit of a haircut. I don't know. Maybe she grew her hair out again. I don't know. But anyways, that's all I had to say. There's something there for everyone.
And that's how we end the top 10 hottest comics of the week. We'll have a new and interesting list next week. Next Sunday, people. We are live Sunday. It's Thanksgiving this week coming up. Chris and I are going to take a nice deserved rest with family, hang out, have some turkey, watch a movie, and go shopping the very next day.
I know what I'm watching.
What are you watching?
It's not a movie.
Hawkeye. Yeah, I'm psyched, man. I'm absolutely. I can't wait, guys. It's not, but it's Wednesday. It's well, I guess it's the night before Thanksgiving.
There you go.
I'm psyched. Yeah, and you all should be too. So God, it's just. Chris, 2021 is what we said it would be, like at the end of 2020. An onslaught of just content. And honestly, man, I've never been, I don't know if you'll agree with me or anybody else here, I don't think I've been in a position where I'm having trouble keeping up. I used to know the exact dates for films or shows coming out. I can't. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know what the next film is in the MCU. Is it Doctor Strange? I don't know.
After Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that was a lucky guess. Yeah, Mark Lenniker. I want to see Ghostbusters. That's coming out this week as well.
Yep.
Yeah, Hawkeye on Wednesday, man. Like, super psyched for that. There's just, guys, it's a great time to be a freaking nerd that we are. These things that we grew up with. It's just a great time for all of this. So I don't know how we want to end the show, maybe on that. But by the way, Morbius, great guest.
Yeah.
So much fun with him. So much fun. And he's at I think he's at 269.
All right. Yeah, I do. It is. I will tell, and I want everyone listening too. And I like that. We had some hip hop heads. He hit 270. He hit it.
Nice. All right.
So we're still good. But it's funny, and I think that's why I reach out to him, Jeff, to try to bring him on the shows, because I've been having the ideas of really mixing and talking about hip hop and comics, and I really want to bring my folks, Poets Substratum and their crew on maybe my channel or even Comic Book Canon at some point to talk about what they've been doing with the publishing the comic books that go along with their music and things like that. So a lot of fun stuff that we can do that, maybe you guys will see on my channel or here on Comic Book Canon in the near future.
Yeah, that's true art, everybody. But speaking of the near future, again, we are going to be live on Sunday, not next Friday. So we want you guys to all have a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. Be with your family. Take care. Have a good time. Chris, again, this is an excellent show. I'm very grateful to be here with you. I am very grateful to be here with all of this comic book community. You guys really, it's just a fun time, and it's really meant a lot to Chris and I for the past year plus.
It has, and I want to say one more thing too. And since we're on the theme of giving thanks and with everything coming up this week, I really wanted to express this on my show earlier, but I didn't want to take the fun out of it. Now that we're winding down and we're about to wrap up here, I hope everyone watching, I really want to remind everyone to be grateful, and not even in a selfish way. Take care of yourselves and your health and give yourself self-love. But I want to reiterate that the world we live in these days is very cold. We are extremely divided. We are extremely sensationalized. We are extremely reactionary. We are extremely angry. And we use social media as a tool to perpetuate that type of anger, cynicism, and narcissism. We refuse to listen. We only want to be heard. We refuse to see anything that looks, sounds, acts different than us. And in the theme of giving thanks, I want to say, instead of giving, and what you can give to yourself is empathy. And not for yourself. I don't mean feeling sympathy or empathy for yourself. Give yourself empathy to open up to others. That's what we need, guys. And I know we talk about coming here and using YouTube, whether it's journos or Comic Book Canon, is a way to do that. You all come in this chat. We don't need to hear, you guys don't hear each other's voices. Sometimes you don't even see your faces. I mean, we know each other. We know each other by our thumbnails, and it's so funny because it gets ingrained in us. Like, I remember Isaac, a good friend of both channels, who had the amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man image. And it's like, right when I see that, and every time I look at the comic book now, I think, oh, Isaac, and we create, it's a different way of creating relationships. But sometimes you don't need to know the face. You don't need to know the voice. You don't need to know the color of the skin. Maybe sometimes you don't even know the gender. But we know what we know because we come here and we share what we love and the things that we have in common. But guys, we're not always going to agree on everything. We're not always going to have everything in common. But you have to be able to listen and have empathy to other people and not allow yourself to turn into something in which you hate. We all have to do better. And I hope that you guys can come out of the show and take that with you there. Spread it to your loved ones, spread it to your children, to your friends, to your family, to your peers, to your work environment, your school environment. wherever that may be, and even to your social media environments. If you see yourself getting caught up and reactionary over polarized, whether it's politics, religion, comic books, I don't care, because we can get ugly with anything. And you see that post, you're in that chat, and you're about to leave that comment, think about it. Think about it. How would I want my kids to act? Or how do I really want to act to other human beings? And we got to do better. That's all I got for you guys.
Can't say it any better than that. And with that, again, yeah, listening is important, and we all need to do more of that. So until next Sunday, y'all have a great week. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your others, and have a great holiday. Until then, we'll talk to you. Peace.